Good evening. So today we are going to discuss about taxability of FNO transactions. So there are few changes in assessment year 2023. It means that the return which are filed in for financial year 21-22, for those period there are some changes in FNO taxability. So what are the income tax treatment of FNO transactions? So there are few major issues. So we will discuss those issues in this slide. First is like how to calculate FNO income, whether FNO income are capital gain or business income. Then at what rate FNO income are taxed. Then how to calculate the turnover. So there are old system and now there is amendment. So the changes which are applicable in financial year 2020, 21-22. There are few expenses which can deduct from the FNO income. So that we will discuss in detail. And applicability of tax audit on FNO transactions. So FNO transaction, whether it is speculation or anything else. So question, are FNO transactions speculative or non-speculative? Whether they are to be taxed as business income or capital gain. These are the major questions. So FNO transactions are treated as non-speculative transaction and are to be treated as business income. So any income or loss generated from FNO transaction would be treated as a normal business income. So it is not speculative transaction, or it is not treated as speculative transaction. So question is, which are the speculative transactions? So generally the concept behind the speculative transaction is that any transactions which are non-delivery based and which are non-exchange traded. So there are two kind of transactions. Like if we are doing any intraday trading, in intraday trading we are not, the actual delivery is not. Please, can you mute? There's. Thank you. So the speculative transactions where the actual delivery is not happening means, like in intraday transaction, we are not taking any delivery. We are buying and selling the shares within the same day without taking any delivery. The concept behind is that the transaction where the actual delivery is not happening of any goods. The exception are only FNO transaction. FNO transaction are also the transaction where delivery is not happening, but these are specifically excluded from speculative transaction. So FNO transactions are taxed at normal income tax slab. So there is no specific tax rate. So FNO transaction will be taxed at a normal tax rate, like in old regime and there is new regime tax slab. So if you select old regime, so rates are up to 2.5 lakh nil, 2.5 to 5 lakh 5%, 5 to 10 lakh 20%, about 10 lakh 30%. Same way if someone select new tax slab, so while you are selecting new tax slab, you have to forego some deductions like ATC chapter 6 deduction, in chapter 6 ATC, ATD and other deductions, and other weightage deduction you have to go off. So these are the new tax slab. So now the major question is calculation of turnover. So how to calculate turnover in FNO? This is always a debatable question. So there is a method, old method, where we are taking the total of favorable and unfavorable differentials shall be taken as turnover. Means for any future transaction, if there is any loss or any profit, so loss and profit both are added. So we should not consider loss as a negative item. Loss will be considered as a positive item only, and profit is positive. So total value will be considered as turnover, loss and profit. Like if there is a 100 rupees loss or 80 rupees profit, so turnover will be 180. Same way, in options, the premium received on sale of option is also added in the turnover. So here the difference we will take whatever transaction happen in the option. So sale minus purchase, if there is profit suppose 20, and while selling the option the premium earned is suppose 100 or 1000. So we will add 100 plus 20, 120 will be the turnover. So we will see the example also. And in respect of any reverse trade entered, the difference thereon should also form part of the turnover. So this is the old method. Now there is a new method. So new method for future transactions, the total favorable and unfavorable difference shall be taken as turnover. So there is no change from old to new. But in option trading, earlier the sale value of the option is also added in turnover. Now it has been done with par with the future transactions. So earlier sale value of option we are adding in turnover. Now only difference need to be added like we are doing in future transactions. So this is the major change, and rest of the things are same. So we will understand this how to calculate turnover from example. So I'm just sharing example, and we will do the live calculation. So then you will understand what would be the old and new, what is the difference and how it differentiate. So these are the future transactions. I keep it simple. I just only take buy and sale value. So I will calculate C4 minus B4. So the 10,875 profit, and same way we will apply to all transactions. Now the turnover would be, so here we can see there is a 24,000 loss, but it would not be taken as minus value. It would be taken as a positive value only for calculating turnover. This is the old method, and new method is also same. So there is no change in calculation of future turnover. So in case of future, there is no change in old and new method. So in old also the turnover will be 12,25,750, and as per new system also 12,25,750. So now come to the options. So these are the profit and loss. How to calculate turnover in old system. This plus sale value need to be added here in the old system. So here from old system, if we see for option the turnover 1 crore, 11 crore 7 lakh 38,466, and total turnover is 11 crore 19 lakh 64,216. Now in the new system, we will take only difference of transaction sale minus purchase. We will not add the sale value in the turnover. Unlike in the old system, we are adding the sale value also, sale value of the option also. Now we will not add sale value. It is simply like future where we are calculating total of plus and favorable and unfavorable transactions. So it will become at par with future transactions. Now you see the turnover in case of new system would be for option only 2,48,000, which was earlier coming to 11 crore 7,38,000. So if you see in the new system, the turnover will be considered 14 lakh instead of 11 crore. So this is the major difference in new and old system while calculating the turnover, and how it will impact us. So we will discuss in the later slides. So it will impact on your tax audit applicability basically. Now we will see the expenses with deductible from FNO income. So you can take the deductions of following income like brokerage, professional fees if you are hiring any professional for doing the transactions. So you can take the deduction of those fees. Finance cost if you are taking any loan for doing the transactions. So you can take the interest cost. Rent expense you are taking any office. So rent expense can be claimed. Like insurance expense if there is any. Repair and maintenance. Office supplies. Books and subscriptions. Depreciation like you are using mobile phone, laptop, so you can take the depreciation of those items which are using in doing the FNO business. Mobile and internet expense, trading expenses, any other business expenses related to FNO transactions. So any other related transaction which are related to your business, you can claim as a deduction. Now there is applicability of tax audit. So generally the tax audit is applicable if total sales, turnover or gross receipt exceed rupees 1 crore in the financial year. So if your turnover exceeds 1 crore, tax audit is applicable. But if your cash transactions are up to 5% of total gross receipt and payments, then the threshold of the turnover for tax audit increase to 10 crores. It means if you are doing all the transaction from banking channel, only 5% transaction you can do in cash. So you can claim this higher limit of 10 crores. So if someone is doing FNO business, so FNO business is entirely online. There is no cash involved. So for people who are involved in only FNO transactions, so the limit is 10 crores. So up to that turnover is 10 crore, you need not to do the tax audit. So thereafter you have to do the tax audit. So how it will impact the new system, old system? So we have seen in example that earlier in the old system, the turnover are coming to 11 crore. So it means that tax audit is applicable. But if you see the new system, so new system turnover, total turnover from future and options coming to 14 lakh. So it reduced from 11 crore to 14 lakh turnover in the new system. So you need not to do the tax audit. So this is the major benefit for the people who are doing in trading in FNO. So they need not to do the audit. So they lot of audit can be saved. So a lot of people will be out of audit ambit now. And one more important point, if suppose from FNO transaction you are having loss. So to carry forward those losses, you have to do the tax audit irrespective of the turnover. So turnover is coming to 50 lakh and if you are having loss and you want to carry forward it. Carry forward means you can claim the losses in future incomes. So you can set off the income from your future incomes. So for carry forward of these FNO losses, you need to compulsory do the tax audit. Now the advanced tax. So applicability of advanced tax. So advanced tax will be applicable if the tax liability is higher than rupees 10,000. If your tax liability from income earned during the year is more than 10,000, then you have to pay the advanced tax. So the advanced tax the provision for FNO and normal business will be the same. So same way the advanced tax provision will be applicable. So it will apply for all the SECs except who are using 44AD and 44AD and presumptive taxation. So by 15 June, you have to deposit advance tax of 15%. Then by 15 September, it is 45%. And by 15 December, it is 75%. And by 15 March, you have to pay 100% of your advance tax. So 4 times you need to pay advance tax in entire year if you see that your tax liability is going to be more than 10,000 rupees. So, and other taxpayer who are opted for presumptive taxation. Presumptive taxation means that people choose to declare the income at the rate of 8% of their turnover. So if people who are using the presumptive taxation, so they need not to pay in each quarter. They can pay 100% of advance tax by 15 March. So if you don't pay advance tax by those timeline, then there will be the interest liability for not paying the advance tax. Now there is a concept of set off and carry forward of losses. So the losses from FNO is also treated as business loss, and we can carry forward those losses, and how we can set off, we will see in the slide. Now this is we have presented a simple chart for set off and carry forward of losses. So you can see that FNO income or business income. So there are two in the two in the two method we will adjust the set off, like set off in the same assessment year and set off in the subsequent assessment year. So we will discuss this. So FNO income or losses are related to business or profession. So this section 72 will be applicable, first option. So business income can be adjusted from any income except from salaries in the same financial year. Suppose you are having some other business also, or you are having income from other sources also, or any other sources. So if you have lost from FNO and you have profit in income from other sources or capital gain or something, so you can adjust those losses in the same year from your other incomes, business losses. But if you carry forward in subsequent year, you can only set off it from business income head only. Yani income from business and profession only you can set off. And those losses can be carried forward up to 8 years. Same way there are other, like if there is losses due to depreciation, so you can set off same as per the business and profession income, and for subsequent year you can set off only from business head, and the depreciation loss can be carried forward indefinitely. Now the business for speculation. So speculation loss can be set off from speculation profit only. So in same year also, in subsequent year also. So there is we cannot set off. We cannot set off from other sources, capital gain, any other income sources. You cannot set off the speculation profit. You can set off only against speculation loss. So speculation loss can be carry forward up to 4 years. Now there are other short-term capital gain, long-term capital gain. So short-term capital can be set up from capital gains only. It can be set up from long-term, short-term, both the capital gain. But long-term capital loss can be set off from long-term capital gain only. And there is also some other heads of income, like running and maintenance of resource, other sources, house property. So I will discuss other sources. So other sources, you can set off other sources on any other head in the same year. But in subsequent year, there is no carry forward. Actually, if you are lost from other sources, so you cannot carry forward it. You have to set off in same year. Otherwise, it will lapse. So same in house property. So income from house property. So loss from house property can be set off from income from house property or any other heads. So it can be set off from any other head. Same way, in the subsequent year, it can be set off from income from house property only. And those losses can be carried forward up to 8 years. So income from house property can be carried forward up to 8 years. Thank you guys. This is all about the FNO taxation. So now we can take the question answer.
Yeah. Thank you, Gaurav, for the presentation. Now we can take the questions. So for the questions, you have to raise your hands and we will unmute you, and then you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone has any question? Yeah, Naman has question.
So if anyone having any query, so they can raise their
yeah. Naman, you can speak now.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
So my question is, I work in IT sector and this is the part time I'm doing. So when you say about advanced tax, does it apply to me also?
You are salaried employee?
Yeah, I'm a salaried employee.
Yeah, so advanced tax provision is applicable on every SEC. So like if you have income from FNO and it
Okay.
is, yeah, so you can do one thing. If you don't want to pay advanced tax, you can declare your income in your company as your business income, and they can deduct uh, TDS, excess TDS from their end only. So that way you
Uh,
can avoid paying advanced tax, and they will deduct some extra tax from your company.
Okay, and what if I don't do this? Because what I do from last year is
Hmm.
I have a CA and I go every year and then I file for the tax whatever there is.
Okay.
Okay, so can't I do this for this year also?
Yeah, you
At the
can
end of
do.
the year,
Yeah,
I
you
go
can
and
do this year also, but there will be some interest. Interest will come on the tax payable, whichever is coming.
okay. So for the futures and options, I have to pay the quarterly tax.
Yeah, you have to pay the advance tax quarterly, or I just as I suggest, you can declare in your salary income also to your employer, so they can deduct TDS, so there will be no advance tax liability.
Okay, okay,
So you can declare approx value, like if you are having like you if you have like have 4 5 lakh income, or you have some idea about how much you will earn, so you can declare as per that amount, tentative amount you can declare, and that way you can reduce your liability.
okay. And one more thing. So 6 to 8 months ago, I took a personal loan of 5 lakh rupees,
Okay.
and I am doing the FNO transaction of more than that.
Okay.
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 So can I? But it is in this financial year only.
Okay.
Can I use it to get the exemption in the interest I will be
Yeah,
paying?
you can claim the interest expense from your FNO income. So you can claim it as an expenditure if you are taken specifically for FNO transaction. So you can claim as an expenditure.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
will
Thank you.
reduce your income by those expenditure.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Gaurav.
Okay, you're welcome. Anyone
Anyone
else?
else? Yeah, Raj Gopal, you can speak now.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Hello.
My question is this FNO, this audit and the process to arrive at the final. Um,
Turnover.
so is yeah, turnover. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it applicable also to the other segments of FNO, that's the commodity or the currency, etc., or is it only for the equity?
No, it is for all. Commodity also it will cover. So commodity also it will be treated as a business transaction, and same treatment like in the future and option. This will be applicable to commodity also.
Okay.
Mhm.
Fine. Yeah. Yeah. That was. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Nilesh,
Any other
you can
question?
ask. Hello, Nilesh, you can ask. You have raised the hand.
Hello,
Hello. Yeah.
hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. We can hear you. Please speak.
Uh, okay. My question is earlier I was a salaried person,
Okay.
and from this financial, actually from January, my
Okay.
employers are giving me a professional fee,
Okay.
right? Not as a salary,
Okay.
and they are debiting a 10% flat TDS from my salary, not a
Okay.
salary, from a professional fee.
Professional base. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, uh, advanced tax will be applicable in my case.
Yeah, advanced tax, yes, it would be applicable to your case. So you have to calculate your total income of entire year. Then you calculate your total liability less TDS, what your TDS deducted. If the balance amount is coming more than 10,000, then you need to pay the advance tax as per the advance tax rules. Yeah.
Okay. And if FNO have losses in my this financial year,
Okay.
professional fees must minus that
Yeah.
process.
Your question there, you are having losses, and can you reduce the professional income, or you can increase your losses? Yeah. So you can claim the professional fees uh, from your this losses. So that will reduce your income from other business also. Like you are getting fees from your employer as a professional fees. So you can reduce the losses of your FNO from this from your income from other business.
Okay.
Because when you are taking
Thank you.
professional fees, it will be treated as business income.
Yes. I am getting a 16A from 16A.
Yeah, Form 16 you will receive. Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, okay, welcome.
Yes, Shiv, you can ask your question now.
Yeah, Shiv.
You have to unmute yourself first. You are muted now.
Yeah, hi, sorry. Thanks for that. Thanks for the great presentation. So my question is, how do I calculate my turnover? Should I download all the trade book and then calculate it in Excel, or can I believe on that global P&L report that we can download from the broker terminal? So what is the best way to find this right values?
From broker terminal also you can download, because their sale purchase value are there. So
what would that report be called as? I see one report called as global P&L report. That is enough, or how do you guys normally do it?
actually,
It varies from broker to broker. Some broker gives in a different format like that.
Okay.
depends on
All
the
right.
price actually. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. You can ask a question now. One more raised hand. Yes, you have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, hi there. So just wanted to check, like, what are the things we can claim as expenses while filing the income tax? Like, I had like the TT fees, or we're paying for some mobile fees or electricity. So what are the things we can claim as expenses?
So if you're having setup for doing FNO transaction, like your office, or you are paying electricity bill, and there are other expenses also there, like mobile expenses. So those expenses you can claim. So the expenses which you are using while doing your FNO transaction, you can claim all those expenses. So I also shared a separate list also. If you want, I can again share.
To be sharing this PPT?
Yeah, PPT we will share.
Thanks.
So do you want me to present?
Yes, so if you can show it, yeah, that will be great.
Yeah, 1 second.
Just minimize this, sir. Just minimize Telegram. Yeah. Yeah. Now you can expand this.
Yeah, my screen visible now?
Yeah, yeah. It's visible.
So these are the expenses which will claim. So I just mentioned the sample expenses. So any expenses which are related to your FNO transactions, for doing your FNO transactions, you can claim. So these are the few examples.
Okay, sir. You got your point? Hello.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the expenses. I just quoted few expenses. You can claim other expenses also which are related to your FNO transaction for doing your FNO transactions.
Yeah,
Yes,
thanks.
sir. There's one more question from Naman. So if in April quarter I am in loss of 10K and I am in profit of 5K in September, that
Okay.
means I am in overall loss of 5K. So do I need to do anything?
No, then it is not require anything. So there is no advanced tax applicability because advanced tax will be applicable when you are having tax liability more than 10,000. So you need to see the tax liability how much it is coming. So if you are lost, so anyway there is a tax liability is not coming. So there is no need to do it. No need to do anything like advanced tax or something.
And if the tax liability is more than, so suppose the loss was 50,000 in April quarter
Mm-hmm.
and the profit is of only 10,000 in the next quarter, then the liability comes up, right?
No, like 50,000 you have an income. I am talking about tax liability. So 10,000 tax when 10,000 tax liability will come when your income will be around five more than 5 lakh.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So up to 5 lakh there is no tax actually. And up to 2.5 lakh it is exemption. Or next 2.5 lakh there is a rebate of
Yeah,
12,500. Yeah.
but
So
I'm a salaried person, so I was thinking from that perspective. Got it
okay.
now.
Yeah. If you have salary income, then you need to add salary income also. Then you need to calculate it.
Okay, okay.
So like
Thanks.
any income you are having from FNO, it will be taxable, I think.
Okay.
So as per your
And
tax
if,
slab to apply, and then you find whether tax is applicable or not.
and if overall we are in a loss till from 2 quarters, then
Uh,
no need to do anything, right?
yeah, there is no need. You need to save for entire year actually. So for 2 quarter you are lost, so there is no point to pay advance tax. Maybe you can wait for 1 quarter or again 2 quarter. If you convert your transaction in profit, then you can decide as per the tax liability.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Welcome.
There is one more question.
Yeah.
Uh, so if I am making 10K in a year, we will have to pay advantage tax, and the previous tax will be applicable as per my slab. I think it's as per your slab.
Yeah, it will be as per your slab, but 10,000 on 10,000 income it is not applicable. It is applicable 10,000 tax actually. It means when your tax is coming rupees 10,000, then you need to pay the advance tax, not income. You got my point?
I think he got, yeah, I got it.
Hello?
He messaged in the group.
Yeah, 10K is not the profit. 10K is tax liability. If your tax liability is coming 10K, then you need to pay advance tax. So if you are having income of 10,000 only, then there is no this thing.
So he is asking about minimum profit. I think
Actually,
it has to be
tax will
calculated.
be calculated from your tax slab. If suppose you don't have any other income, you only having FNO income, then if your income goes beyond 5 lakh to like 5 lakh 50,000, so then you need to pay the advance tax. Okay, above 5 lakh, the tax liability is tax slab is 20%. So when that 50,000 will come up to 5 lakh, there is zero tax. Then next 5 lakh to suppose your income is 6 lakh. So 5 lakh to 6 lakh, 1 lakh. On 1 lakh, the tax would be 20% tax slab. Next 1 lakh. So 20,000 your tax liability coming. Then you need to pay the advance tax because it is more than 10,000.
Okay, I think point is clear.
Mm-hmm.
Here part is clear. Okay.
Yeah, advance tax is for every quarter.
You can ask your question.
Yeah, thank you. Uh, just for NRIs, we can claim the same deduction that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, for NRI also you can claim the same deductions.
So, so what proof do we need to provide? Because I'm overseas, and so we can provide overseas electricity bill and everything, like we running office, or how can we do that?
In that case, actually, whenever the audit comes, like scrutiny assessment report, then they ask the documents. So you can keep all the document with you and you can
Okay.
claim the expense.
So it's doesn't matter where you located, you can still claim your office expenses and electricity bill and everything, right?
Yes, yes.
And what about the flight? If we traveling to India, can we claim the flight cost as well?
Actually, in the FNO business, you need not to travel anywhere because you're doing from your system only.
Okay.
So the travel expense would not be justifiable.
Okay, travel expense would be not justifiable.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you can claim the expenses which are related to FNO business.
Okay. So internet, phone bill,
Yes, yes.
internet bill,
Those
electricity
things you
bill,
can, yes, you can claim.
and what what about the office rent? Or if I'm running office from the home, can
Hmm.
we claim the interest for the loan?
If you have taken loan for the FNO purpose, then you can claim.
It doesn't matter whether it's been taken from India or overseas. We can show the
No, if you are claiming housing loan benefit, then the loan should be from India.
no, no, not housing loan.
Personal
Just
loan you're talking.
yeah. So I'm running a home office from my home, and I have a loan on my home. Is it
So it is housing loan or
still?
personal loan?
No, it's a housing loan.
Yeah, for housing loan there are different provisions in India.
Okay.
So yeah, so you cannot claim those
And
expenses.
if I take a personal loan, I can claim?
Yeah, personal loan if you are taken and you can prove that it is for FNO transactions, you can claim.
Okay. Because I can get a personal loan from 3% per annum. So that's very cheap. So I can claim that, right?
Yes, yes, you
I
can
can
claim.
claim the interest.
Yeah, actually in the NRI transaction there is double taxation avoidance agreement (DTAA). So there is treaty between India and other country wherever you are residing. So when you are
Yeah.
paying tax in India, you can claim the benefit of those taxes which are paid in India in the other country.
Yeah, this is the first year I have filed my return, and yeah, my accountant told me here and over there as well that yes, you can. There is a treaty, so you don't need to pay double tax what you are
Correct.
paying in India. Uh,
Yes.
and other question is, my CA is like there is a FNO transaction limit if he goes over 5 crore or 10 crore.
Yeah, it is 10 crore actually.
10 crore. So
Yeah.
do I need
Generally
to?
the tax audit limit is 1 crore, but when your transaction, all the transaction is from banking
Yes.
channels, then you
Yes.
can claim the 10 crore limit.
So I don't need to maintain a book, or do I still need to maintain a book?
Book need to be maintained.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the criteria that we don't need to maintain a book? Like, is it less than 1 crore or?
No, actually for business and profession, you need to maintain the books.
Hmm.
So for not maintaining books, there are clause of 44 representative taxation.
Okay.
So representative tax is not available for NRI, non-residents. It is only for
Okay.
residents. They can claim representative taxation.
Okay. Okay. So I still need to maintain a book.
Yes, yes. Because whenever your file is connected for scrutiny, then you need to prove all the expenses. So it is safer side. It's better that overseas expense you claim there only, and here you just pay the taxes on full value and claim it in your resident country, all the expenses and everything. That will be a safer side.
But here I spoke to my accountant. They said you can't claim because you are not using this money in here. So uh, because we're using that money for trading in India,
Mhm.
so I can't claim it here because that's the problem.
Yeah, we can claim actually, but there is a gray area in this. So if you're claiming, then you have to prove the connection and everything, how you are claiming it here, because it is related to your FNO income and you are doing expense, so you can claim it. But due to DTAA, so the officer will say you pay tax here and claim in your home country.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that is the problem. Yeah. Technically, you can claim.
And you have
It is advisable you claim your expense in your home country when you are filing your return. Yeah.
okay. And you have any idea how much it, because this is my first year, so I'm still very new to everything. So how much is approximately charges to maintain a book and file the return? I don't have any other transaction apart from FNO and short
Okay.
term and long term capital gain. So what is the approximate charges?
So it depends on the actual transaction.
Hmm.
So what is the volume of transaction? So that way we can suggest you. So maybe I can suggest better if you can show some transactions or how what is the volume of transaction. We cannot give you upfront. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
because there is a maintaining of books and then also filing returns, correct?
Correct. Correct. Yes. Yes.
O- Okay. Thank you very much. Really appreciate.
Okay. You're welcome.
Hello everyone. Sorry I was late. Gaurav, thanks a lot for conducting this. I'm just wanted to mark my presence.
Yeah. Thank you, Vishal.
You guys can continue. I'm done.
Okay, Vishal.
Okay.
Any more questions? Anyone? You can raise your hand if you want to speak. No more hands.
So I think we are done.
I think yeah, everything is clear. I think, and we will provide these presentation sheets also.
Yeah.
And video also will be available on our YouTube channel. So I
Sorry.
think yeah, we upload this video on YouTube channel also, so people can watch there also. Those who have missed the session.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I
And guys,
it's
Gaurav and Ankush are part of the community, and you can also raise questions to them along with other people who have been there to support us on these things. You can always ask them questions.
Yeah. Anytime you can ask the question, so we will revert on that.
There's one raised hand. Ram Balaji Mani. I think you can ask your question, sir.
Ramalaji, you would have to unmute yourself.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Hello.
Sir, unmute yourself.
Hello. Is
Yeah.
it audible, sir?
Yeah. It's audible. Yeah. Please
Yes.
go ahead.
Sir, we are into agriculture, sir. We are like 18 to 20 lakh we are showing.
Okay.
From what? From 1 rupee also it will be taxable, sir, in FNO income.
In FNO income, your slab wise rate will applicable. So agriculture income
Because
there is
we
no
are not,
tax.
I'm not paying tax before because I am getting agriculture income.
Yeah. So for agriculture income there is no tax, and apart
That's
from
what,
agriculture
sir.
income, yeah, you have FNO.
If I am doing FNO, what should I do now, sir? I need to file tax from 1 rupee or
No,
from up to 5 lakhs it is eligible,
yeah,
sir.
up to 5 lakh you need not to pay any tax. So
Oh,
beyond 5 lakh, your tax liability will start.
okay. Adding to agriculture income, 5 lakhs I can show it
Yeah,
is
but
free of
agriculture income
cost.
is exempt income, so it will not add in your that 5 lakh limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Gaurav, I have a technical question.
Yeah.
In a case like this, he has other income which is not taxable, so he's not been even filing taxes. But
Okay.
FNO, if he has, let's say, 2 lakh income as well, does he need to file the taxes? Technically, I'm talking about technically. Does he need to file the taxes, or even in that case, he doesn't need to file any taxes?
No, you are asking about tax because up to 2 lakh there is no tax.
No,
Okay.
filing. I'm saying
Filing of
even
income
if
tax return. Okay, ITR you are asking about. Yeah.
I'm talking about the filing of the returns. I'm not saying paying income tax.
Yeah.
I'm
So
talking
up to,
about filing of income tax, because someone who's a farmer, generally they will not even file income tax.
correct. So up to 2.5 lakh your income, taxable income. So there is no need to file the income tax return. So if your income more than 2.5 lakh, so then you need to file your tax returns.
From FNO.
Yeah, from any income, FNO or including any other income which is not exempt, which is taxable. If your taxable
Right.
income is more than 2.5 lakh, so then you need to file the income tax return.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Okay. So share your question, your query here. Yeah.
I think
Yes, sir.
there
It
is
is
no
clear, sir.
raised hand.
Okay.
Anyone else before we close the session?
I think
No questions.
wrap up.
Then I think Vikrant, you do the honors of closing the chat because you started it.
Yeah. Yeah, sir. Thank you, Gaurav sir, for joining and giving this brief introduction and everything about FNO taxation.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining in. Thanks a lot, Gaurav and Ankush. Thanks, Vikrant. Have a good weekend. Bye, everyone.
Thank you guys. Bye bye. Have a good
Okay.
weekend. Yeah.